Good evening, Lizzie Boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about some more prototype dolls like I did yesterday, or maybe the day before. I don't know what order I'm going to be posting these videos in. I did not just almost choke myself. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about some unreleased Pulip dolls. My favorite Japanese Korean brand because June Planning was Japanese, and Groove is Korean, so that's fun. So, the Pulip brand has been around for well over 10 years. The 10th anniversary was like back in 2014, I think, so yeah, these dolls are pretty old. We're bordering on 20 years now. It's crazy. I started collecting these dolls when I was in the 8th grade, and it's been about, I'd say, 5-6 years I've been collecting them. I don't actively buy them anymore, but I do like to engage with the community occasionally, and one of the ways I'd like to do that today is by talking about canceled Pulip releases. There's not so much prototypes that just never really made it into fruition. Well, actually, yeah, there kind of is. We're going to be talking about dolls that just didn't get released and dolls that were canceled, be it for known or unknown reasons. So, let us begin. So our first canceled Pulip doll is perhaps the most recent one, Pulip Minerva, who was set to release in October of 2020. This doll would have sold for 2,100 yen, which is probably sounds like a lot, and it translates to about $200, so it's definitely a steep price. She was just a standard release, but she was canceled due to the use of feathers in her outfit. I'm not sure if they were real or not. The blog post is written in Japanese and Google translations were kind of shoddy, so I wasn't able to get like a real reason for this doll being canceled, but she was actually issued, unlike the other dolls on this list, which is why I put her first. Unlike the other dolls on this list, Minerva was reworked and eventually released. They got rid of the feathers on her outfit and replaced it with a material that kind of resembles feathers a bit more. Personally, I prefer this design. Like, not because of the feathers. Obviously the feathers, if they were real feathers, would have been in poor taste, but even fake feathers I don't think would have been that bad. I don't know. But this one just looks kind of goofy. She kind of looks like a Thanksgiving turkey. I'm not a big fan of this doll in general, but yeah, this is our first canceled release and the only one that actually got to see the light of day. So, good for her, I guess. Our next canceled release is another one that was set to release in 2020, specifically in, what is the 7th month of the year? July? Yeah, it's July. So her name was Serene, and I don't know how to say her name. Serene? I'm gonna say Serene. So Serene was another standard release. She would have cost about $200, and it's actually unknown why this doll was released, but I have a personal theory. Down in the special notes section, it says had she been released, she would have been the first doll to come with an additional set of hands, and I think the issue might have come into place when it came to manufacturing the extra hands. So this doll comes with a bird cage, and as you can see, she has special hand molds that allow her to look like she is holding the cage. I think manufacturing those hands may have been more trouble than it was worth to Groove, and thus they decided to cancel the doll's release. So Serene was just another one of the sort of risque Pulips who wears lingerie and such. She's got like full garter belt and stuff. They've actually done multiple releases like this. Like there's a cop named Melissa who looks like that. There's Ira, and I don't remember the other one, but Ira has like another version who looks like this. But yeah, there's tons of Pulips in this style. This doll is nothing special in my opinion. I don't really like the colors they chose for her. I think she looks too much like an American flag. If the black had been replaced with white, she would literally just be a walking American flag. She looks like a Pepsi ad with all the red and blue. I'm so mean to her. But yeah, Pulip Serene was ultimately canceled for a reason that was never really elaborated on, and this is actually the first time in Groove's history that 2 cancellations have happened in such close succession to each other. Like, these 2 were less than 3 months apart, Minerva and, Serene. Minerva did actually get to be released, but Serene did not. But we don't know if maybe they're planning to rework Serene and release her eventually, so if anyone's interested in her, there's always a chance that she may end up actually being released like Minerva was. Our next cancelled release is Ririko, who is a character from a movie called Helter Skelter. It's a Japanese film about an actress who, I don't know, I guess she just, like, wasn't famous anymore or something. I looked up the plot and it said something about, like, she got plastic surgery, so the plot's a bit of a doozy. It doesn't have very good reviews, but Pulip collaborated with the movie, and this doll would have been limited to 500 and been a Parco Museum exclusive. Here's a close-up of the doll, and this is a shot from the movie, from the scene that the doll is based off of. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this doll, and I prefer Ririko's other release. This gorgeous red dress inspired by this picture from the movie. The actress who plays Ririko in the movie is very pretty. And this doll is extremely hard to get. I would kill a man to own this doll. Don't quote me on that. So this doll would have definitely been a nice chance at getting a Ririko doll for people who obviously aren't able to afford the high prices that her original doll goes for. But ultimately, this doll was never released, and it's unknown as to why. Like, maybe they couldn't get the rights to use the Ririko character anymore, or maybe they just weren't interested in collaborating with Pulip, or maybe Pulip just decided not to produce this doll because she looks kind of plain compared to what they usually make. I don't know. There's no given reason, not much information on this doll, and we don't even know if she would have actually come with a green stand. That could be fake for all we know. But yeah, this doll was shown at a carnival and then never seen again, but she was supposed to come out in, what's the 9th month of the year? I don't care. The 9th month of the year of 2012. So, that's fun. But yeah, not much information on her. Our next canceled release is another one with next to no information, but this is Pulip Modulae. Modulae, I don't know how to say her name. But in the bottom corner of this image, you can see what her box would have looked like, the metal stand she would have come with, and overall, you can just kind of see a lot about her. 2006. So cute. She has a release date and everything. But ultimately, this doll was never produced. So in the notes of this post, the writer of pulipsandjunk.com said that she was probably canceled due to difficulties in manufacturing her kangaroo suit, but this was obviously never confirmed. The doll would have sold for 8,000 yen, which is around $80 or so. Pulips used to be dirt cheap back in the day. $80 is like nothing for them. She was a type 3 body, which is, the type that my broken Kira Kisho has, which is fun. So yeah, overall, Modulae would have been an interesting release. I do like the base doll, and I think she looks cute, so it's sad that she was never released, but I don't think this doll would have been very popular, just because the kangaroo suit's a little creepy looking. I don't know. To me, it kind of looks like she kind of killed a kangaroo and is wearing its skin. Whew, little uncanny. But yeah, not much information on this doll, not much information on her cancellation, and just about all we have is speculation as to why she was canceled. And I do believe the theory about the kangaroo suit being difficult to manufacture. I doubt this thing would have been easy to make on a large scale. So, just a quick warning for our next doll. If the Holocaust triggers you for any reason at all, please just skip this next segment, move on to the ending of the video, because this next doll, there's no easy way to talk about her. Alright, so our next doll is this girl named Baressa. She was set to release in 2005 for a July release, and she was announced on May 10th, but quickly canceled on May 18th after backlash. And based on these photos, you can probably tell why. Yeah, Groove's argument for Baressa was that she was a lady spy, but the way they dressed her is very insensitive. It's like, I don't know how you could think this design is okay. This isn't a lady spy. I don't know why they tried so hard to convince people that she was a lady spy. There's a way to make a doll that is a spy, and dressing her up like a Nazi is not the way to do it. So, Yeah, I'm just reading the Pulips and Junk page on her. There were obviously no swastikas visible on the doll, but the resemblance of the uniform and giving her a gun made it appear to people that she was designed after a German SS officer uniform. So Baressa was cancelled out of respect for the 60th anniversary of the Holocaust. That is the reason that June Planning gave for canceling this doll. The thing is, though, if it wasn't the 60th anniversary of the Holocaust that year, does that mean they would have gone on to release this doll? It's just a very messy situation. This doll ended up being replaced by a very beautiful set of Pulip twins named Lan Ake and Lan Ai. So, at the very least, this doll being cancelled did bring good things, because Lan Ake and Lan Ai are very beautiful. They're very pretty. So, yeah. Pulip Baressa. Definitely a very dark time in Pulip's history. Hopefully that ending wasn't a little too much for y'all, but I was actually considering leaving Baressa out of this video, but there aren't that many canceled Pulips, so I figured I may as well just include her so y'all can get the full view of it. Yeah, it's a good thing that that doll was never made, because if it was, I don't think Pulip would have made it to where it is today. Because that's just something you can't come back from, man. I don't know how they sat down, designed that doll, and were like, oh yeah, this is fine. So, yeah. Overall, Pulips are pretty interesting to me. I've always liked them since I started collecting them. And seeing what never was released, what does get released, I don't know, it's just interesting to me. Some of these dolls have no reason for not being released, other ones do, and yeah, I just think it's fascinating to go over stuff like this. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and comment and subscribe, and as always, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!